Hey everybody, Captain Bill here with today's topic on the fishing sailor, an introduction to vertical jigging, a really effective group of fishing methods that are both very old and one of the newest and most dynamic ways to catch fish. Vertical jigging is a technique that will catch almost any fish that will bite an artificial lure. My grandfather used jigs like this one to catch cod 100 years ago. Nowadays, we have much more effective jigs and way better tackle. We're going to use this series of videos and its associated web pages to get you started with this great way of fishing. Vertical jigging is fishing directly under the boat using a lure usually made of metal that might have other materials added to it as attractive features. Most traditional jigs like this have very little action of their own in the water and rely on the angler to move them in such a way as to entice a fish to bite. As we'll see, modern jigs have changed this game a lot. Modern vertical jigging was invented and perfected in Japan and has a number of variations, but can be broadly divided into speed jigging and slow pitch jigging. You'll also see references to micro jigging, but that's really pretty much the same thing, just using lighter tackle, smaller jigs for smaller fish. Let's start by looking at some of the lures involved and how they differ from each other. In general, lures that are long and thin are more likely to be used as speed jigs. Lures that are wider, flatter, with a more complex shape tend to be used as slow pitch jigs. Which is more productive depends on the fish you're targeting and the local conditions. To give you an idea how these techniques differ from the fisherman's perspective, here I am speed jigging. Yes, this can be hard work. Maneuver a heavy jig like this all day and you can skip your trip to the gym. Throw in some battles with a couple 20-pound blackfin tuna and you'll be breaking out the Bengay at bedtime. Slow pitch jigging is a different beast. It's less demanding physically, more meditative, quiet, peaceful. It's only hard work because you'll be battling so many fish. In the hands of a knowledgeable fisherman, these inert lumps of metal come alive. No longer a jig, it's now a fleeing baitfish, a feeding squid, or wounded and vulnerable prey. In general, the speed jigs try to imitate a baitfish fleeing at high speed, dashing to get back to the relative safety of its school. The slow pitch jig, on the other hand, tries to give the impression of a wounded animal, struggling with swimming and just trying to stay alive. Of course, fast and slow are relative terms. There's no hard dividing line between them. It's important to understand if you're going to reliably catch fish with these lures, you have to take a systems approach. The lure, the hooks, the rod, the reel, the line, and the leader are all part of a system that works together and makes the fisherman's job easier. You can bend the rules of the system and still be successful, but bend them too far and things will not work as easily or as well as they should. For fishing from a sailboat, this kind of fishing is great. You're fishing from a drifting, sometimes even an anchored boat, so fancy maneuvers aren't required. You can even fish this way from your dinghy. No castings involved, so the sailboat's rigging does not get in the way. There's no special gear needed on the boat. You don't need to keep bait alive or deal with the hassles and mess of frozen bait, and you will catch fish. This is going to be a series of videos and its associated web pages that will show you how to assemble and use a killer jigging system that will catch you fish anywhere in the world. Look for our videos on how to rig the jigs, the kind of rod, reel, and line you'll want to have, leaders and knots, and of course, how to manipulate the lures so you can catch all the fish you can eat. If you're new to this style of fishing, and especially if you're new to fishing in general, it can seem like a lot to take in. But focus on one bit at a time, and it will all come together quickly for you. It's not rocket science, but it is a game of details. The more details you get right, the more fish you'll catch and the more fun you'll have. If you like our videos, subscribe to them. Click our logo down there so you can keep up to date. If you feel our information's useful and you catch more fish because of it, go to this link. Buy us a jig. Tight lines, fair winds, stay safe, and have fun.